Welcome, sports bettors from around the world.
Hey, good morning, Philly. How you doing, man?
Good morning, brother. Welcome back to Sports Gambling Daily for a Thursday, right?
That's right. For Thursday, it's what's it? November 21st. Man, we're almost at Thanksgiving.
No.
Jeez. So
The
crazy.
year has
Hey,
flown.
yeah, I
The year's
know,
flown.
man. Basketball season's been great. Definitely thankful for that. And
Yep.
man, we had some hell of a games yesterday.
Yeah, I capped off with that amazing Clippers Boston game last night. That did not disappoint. And it's shameful for the people on the East Coast who couldn't probably stay up and watch that. I suffer through it because, it helps me with my handicapping and it was awesome to watch. But
Yeah.
man, oh man, that game was intense.
Yeah.
And
Did you have money on that game?
I had money on the Boston Celtics 7.5 pregame, and I had a half unit on the money line, which looked so goddamn good at plus 265, but it faltered at the end. But it was still a winner overall. No big deal.
Awesome. Yeah. So, did you see that Kawhi Leonard dunk? I'm going to go and put it on the screen here. And, he just comes to the rack just so strong. It's crazy, man.
What is a posterization?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was insane. And, this team looks good, man. Kawhi, Paul George, Patrick Beverly hitting corner threes. Then don't forget you got Lou Williams too. A lot of people like to forget about the sixth man of the year, and he's splashing threes and then driving to the rack. They got a strong team.
He's special. There's no doubt. He was drafted by the Sixers, and frankly, was very disappointed when they let him go. But I'll say, man, Boston showed me a lot last night. I'm a huge Sixers fan, and I'm not so sure. I thought maybe the Sixers took the step up, and they did. I mean, they're better than they were, but Boston is playing at another level, and Kemba is unbelievable. He just really is, and I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, and I hate saying this, but I would not be surprised to see Boston there at the end. Really wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be that's I think that's what's making this season so fun is it's wide open across the board. I mean, hell, even yesterday the Rockets lost to the Nuggets, and they pretty much dominated the Nuggets last year. It's just wide open all across the board. Hell, we even saw the Knicks almost beat your 76ers yesterday, and that just happened to be one of our premium plays, man. 2-unit play Knicks plus 12.5. It was really never in doubt.
It really wasn't. For a while there, you actually thought they might win the game outright. It's just I know the Sixers fairly well, and that is just the kind of game that they always seem to have trouble with. The Knicks come in, they play tough. It's right in their backyard. It's a 90-minute ride. You get a lot of Knicks fans. The building gets all juiced up. And one thing with Joel Embiid, as great as he is he likes to flap the lips, and he gets the attention of everyone. Nobody comes in there and takes that team lightly, no matter who it is, and they get everybody's best effort, and that is exactly what happened last night.
Yeah, you saw Morris got in a little scuffle with Embiid last night, and
yes, he did.
The thing is what they don't show, like right when that happened, it looked like Morris was the perpetrator there. But what you don't see is how Embiid just trolls you through the whole game, and then it pushes you to to the limit, and then it gets you all upset. So
that's right. He has a famous quote that he says he lives rent free in people's heads, and it's just, I mean, you either love him or you don't. When he's on your team, you love him, and when he's not on your team, you probably friggin' hate him. But it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I love him when I'm betting on the Sixers. That's when I love him. So
fair enough.
So that was a 2-unit winner. We also had the Brooklyn Nets. So we basically just took two New York teams yesterday, and we stacked that paper up yesterday. So we had Brooklyn -4 over them Charlotte Hornets. That was a no problem. I think they won by 10 or 11 points yesterday.
Yeah.
And that game was a little close, but then the Nets eventually pulled away at the end. Some timely missed 3-pointers by the Hornets definitely helped out that cause. And then our one loss, full transparency, was the first half of the Tennessee Volunteers game. We had -17.5, and they were playing Alabama State.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I think it's Alabama State or Southern Alabama. Either way, they didn't cover the first half. So
No, and I know, and they ended up blowing them away too, which is they covered the full game. Crazy how that works sometimes.
I know. Yeah, that was the one thing we were worried about is them getting backdoor covered in the full game, because I think the full game was like minus 28. So it was like, you know what, let's just let them blow the doors off and then they put the scrubs in. And it didn't really work out that way. So, but it's all right. Hey, we're not perfect, but hey, we win money at the end of the day. We might not win money every day, but we're at the end of the year, we're always going to be out on top. So if you want to be part of the team, come win with us. $99 a month. SGDwins.com is how you get on board. Come on, guys. Let's do it.
It's an exciting time of year for sure with all the sports rolling around right now. Hockey, basketball, football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of happy baseball's over. That's an everyday grind for the time being, but we got plenty to do.
Yeah, I'm happy as well, especially now that people are unfairly accusing my Astros of cheating. So
barely.
Nothing's come out. There's been no proof yet. I don't care about the John Boy video. I don't care. Let's go. All right, so let's move on to today's action. We got two games.
Yep.
Two world-class NBA games. We got the Portland Trailblazers taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. And you also got the Pelicans taking on the Suns.
Yep.
And we're going to run a contest again today. So remember, guys, if you guys get the exact score of the Pelicans versus the Suns game, then you have to guess the exact score. Then you get a week's worth of our premium selections absolutely free. And I'm going to go ahead and flash the rules on the screen here. Here you go, fellas. And there that is. Go get it. All right. So fall in line with those rules, and you have nothing to worry about. Also, follow us on Twitter at SGD Nation. We're also running contests over there, so you can get a hold of our premium plays for free over there, too. All right, Philly. You ready to jump into today's card?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Where do you want to start?
Let's do this thing. All right, Portland versus Milwaukee. We're in Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's laying 11.5. Now, Portland not playing well this year. 5-10 on the road today. Milwaukee is 11-3, and they've been really good. I mean, decent at covering the spread. 5-5. Milwaukee is at covering the spread. Now, we were talking earlier before we started this video. You're saying that you had some information about the status of Damian Lillard. Yeah,
I mean, it's saying he's been downgraded to out, which is big, obviously. I mean, he's a big part of what they do. And the other part of it, too, let me just make sure I have his it's Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons, who was the guy that actually replaced him in the last game, rolled his ankle, and he's kind of questionable. So if they don't have him, I don't know where they're going, because Hassan Whiteside is questionable. Lillard's out. Anthony Simons is out. Nurkic is out, or not out. I shouldn't say Simons is out. He's questionable. Nurkic is out. Zach Collins is out. I mean, they're in a bad spot, and Milwaukee is relatively healthy outside of Middleton, which is a big loss for them, but it hasn't mattered so far. Mm-hmm. They've just been running through everybody.
So what are they going to do here? How are they going to stop the Milwaukee Bucks?
I really don't know. That's the problem. I don't think they can. I mean, obviously you got to play the game, and anything could happen, I suppose, but outside of CJ McCollum now, and if that kid Simon doesn't play. Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, so this is going to be a game where Carmelo gets to jack up 23s. I mean, you're right. He was okay in the first game. I mean, he had some sea legs, but
exactly. He looked like he was kind of worn out though after the beginning of the third or the beginning of the fourth quarter.
For sure, definitely gassed. But I mean, you need a guy that can come up a screen and hit a shot, here and there. He can certainly help them a little bit. And frankly, they need all the help they can get right now.
But the thing is, he's not known for his defense. So I mean, it's just another liability on the court.
It's true.
I think Milwaukee rolls big, but you know what? That could. I mean, that's just an initial lean, but I mean, it almost seems too obvious.
I agree.
So that's the thing that gives me pause. Do we have any? Go ahead.
Well, there's an interesting trend here of, I don't know how much, it's not always the same players, but the last 10 Milwaukee Bucks Portland Trailblazers game have gone under 7 times. So, I mean, I could see this being a lower scoring game potentially just because Portland doesn't have a whole lot of offense out there.
Yeah. Now, Dante DaVincio, he scored 11 points in Atlanta and is averaging 13 points over his last 3 games.
Yes, sir.
Didn't he go to Villanova? Am I wrong with that?
I was just going to say, it's a Villanova product. That's good knowledge, man.
Yeah, I remember, he was a rookie last year, I think he was. And he didn't get much playing time last year. He was actually hurt a lot last year. I think he had a heel issue. And now
he had a really good tournament.
And this guy loves banging down the three. So that's another guy you got to account for. So, and then everybody knows Paul Gasol got waived. Not that he was going to play anyway. He was injured. They're actually talking about bringing him on onto the team's coaching staff. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah,
I can see that. That's interesting.
That's
Player
pretty
coach,
cool.
That's sort of. I like that.
Yeah. So, all right. So overall, give me the Bucks laying the double-digit point spread.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I'm going to keep an eye on the lineups and see what there is. But weird game today for sure.
All right. Next up, we got Pelicans taking on the Phoenix Suns. Now, this is the game that we have our contest on. Here's the rules again, guys. There you go. And then let's see here. We got Pelicans getting 4.5 on the road. What do you think here, man? I mean, the Pelicans are 6-4 against the spreads in the last 10. So is Phoenix 6-4 against the spread in their last 10.
Yeah.
Over/under's 234. Do you see any kind of value here in the Pelicans, or do you think it's all about the Suns here?
No, I actually do see some value here in the Pelicans, and a lot of the reason why is Ricky Rubio is downgraded to out tonight, and he was out of the second half of last game, and I know they made a run and they made the game close, but overall, Phoenix is just not the same team without him. There are some injuries on this side, though. Well, it says that Rubio is out. Aaron Baines, their center, is downgraded to out, which is also big.
Right. He has a hip issue.
He has a hip issue.
Yeah.
Ayton's still out with his suspension, which is not a big deal. But on the other side, I mean, I'll say Derek Favors is downgraded to out. But the kid that filled in for him, the 19-year-old Jackson Hayes, he had a really, really good game his last couple of games. Blocks, steals, super athletic, plays both ends of the court. They didn't seem to lose anything with him being out there. Lonzo Ball is questionable. Josh Hart is out, downgraded out to with a leg injury.
What about Okafor?
Is questionable. Yeah, he's questionable as well. So,
who's going to rim protect in this game? Nobody.
Who's going to? Yeah. There should be a lot of scoring. I mean, which is probably why the over/under is sitting where it's sitting. I think it was like 230. I guess it was 237 or 234.
234. Yeah.
234. It is a high total.
I mean, Booker. I mean, whatever his total is in this game for a prop bet might actually. I mean, unless it's just outrageous, man. I mean, who is there to protect the rim for the Pelicans?
There isn't really anybody. I will say this kid Jackson Hayes, he played very well. He's not necessarily a rim protector, but he blocks some shots. He gets in people's faces. I can see this being like who outscores who as opposed to who's going to defensively stop someone. But this may not be like a popular opinion, but I really actually like the Pelicans tonight. I watched them the last game, and Drew Holiday is very important to the Pelicans. He hasn't been off to a great start this year, but the guy's a legitimate all-star point guard. And the thing about him is when he's playing at a good level, he gets everybody in the right sets. He's able to get people to move in the right places. JJ Redick is having another good year where he's shooting a three. And I've seen just a little bit of regression out of the Suns. They were off to an amazing start and they're still playing well, but it's got to come back to the earth a little bit. They're not, I don't think, as good as they've been showing. And frankly, I don't think New Orleans is as bad as their record is. This may be a bold prediction, and I said in my head I would say this. I will not be surprised if the Pelicans by the end of the year are on the cusp of or possibly make a playoff spot. And you can laugh at that, but I really believe that.
Well, I'm not going to laugh at it. I mean, I guess I can see it. It's just, man, the West is so freaking difficult, man. I mean, I guess they could probably sneak into the 8th seed. We'll see how Zion plays. We still haven't seen this guy play. So
that's very, very true. And I'm certainly not thinking they're getting him to like a top 5 seed. I mean, they may not, but I'm saying where they'll be playing for an opportunity
sure.
As long as they can stay relatively healthy. And you're right. We don't know what Zion's going to bring. That's just another dynamic. But they scored the basketball, man.
Yeah, they do. They do knock down shots. So, I'm excited to see how this season plays out. And, hey, I don't know what else to say, man. It's just, even though we only have 2 games and they're still intriguing. So,
they are.
Even this 11.5 point game for Milwaukee, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Me too. And if you want a few trends in this game, it looks like let's see, the New Orleans is 7-7 against the spread this season. They're 5-9 overall. The over/under is 3-7 in the last 10. On the other side, you got betting trends for Phoenix, 9-4 against the spread this season. They're 5-5 in their last 10 is on the over/under. So, I mean, there's some interesting trends here. I just keep an eye on it. I mean, Rubio wasn't supposed to play his last game, and then they snuck him in, and then they took him out before the second half started. So
right. Which
I don't
was
see
probably
any
not a
indications.
smart idea. I mean, he ended up going back out with the injury. So
Exactly, which is why I don't believe in any case he will play tonight.
Yeah.
So it might be the Devin Booker show, but I actually think that the Pelicans are just going to outscore them. That would be my lean in this game. I like them plus the points. I'm showing 5 in my book. I think you said 4.5.
all right, let's go ahead and bounce on out of here. I'm going to leave everybody with this awesome dunk from Kawhi Leonard again, man. This thing was such a poster. And here it is again, guys. I mean, he's just hanging on the rim, man. So, boom! So, hey, I hope your Thursday is as good as that dunk, guys. And hey, come on over to sgdwins.com. Jump on the premium selections. We got hockey, we got football, we got basketball, we got it all, baby. So let's go ahead and roll out of here, Philly. This is probably our shortest video we've done in a while. Believe it or not, it's still 16 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and pull on out of here, man.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful Thursday. Thanks for checking us out. And, make sure you put the scores at the bottom. We need to get ourselves a winner here.
Yep, let's do it, man. We got to get a winner. So good luck to you. Good luck to me. Good luck to all of us. And good luck to you guys putting that score down there. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Have a great Thursday.